In this video, we are going to talk about the art of persuasion, mastering the psychology of influence. So before starting, please like and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Let's begin. Robert Cialdini's Persuasion. A New Way to Influence and Persuade would be the greatest book that taught you the most potent persuasion principles. Cialdini, a noted authority on influence and persuasion and former visiting professor at Stanford University, is a Regents Professor Emeritus of Psychology and Marketing at Arizona State University. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. His debut book was published in 1984 and has been translated into 30 languages. It has sold millions of copies worldwide. The New York Times best-selling author emphasizes the value of persuading individuals in his most recent book when trying to, ethically, persuade or influence others who can serve our interests. Robert Cialdini utilizes a number of case studies and stories to illustrate what persuasion looks like and the advantages of preconditioning people's thoughts in order to gain an advantage. He describes a colleague who provided high-end consulting services in one of his stories. The colleague would frequently become angry when customers tried to negotiate a lower fee, but one day he started using a strategy known as price anchoring. After his typical presentation and immediately before announcing his $75,000 price, he remarked, "As you can tell, I'm not going to be able to charge you $1 million for this," as Cialdini writes in his book. According to a colleague of mine, while using this strategy of stating an apparently inflated pricing for a job doesn't always result in business, it almost always eliminates objections to the costs. This strategy creates a frame of reference for the mind. Without it, customers are likely to perceive the stated price as being expensive when it comes to pricing because they have no other options. In retail, we frequently witness this in action. Consider passing by a store that specializes in selling expensive rugs. A rug attracts your attention, but it has a price tag that says RM 4,000. Although you absolutely like the rug, you decide not to purchase it since it is out of your price range. Imagine seeing the same rug the following week with the sign was RM 4,000 now merely RM 2,000 instead. The salesperson may greet you and remark, "Yeah, it's a great rug, isn't it?" If he is slick. The final one we have is this one, and quite a few clients have shown a strong interest in it. Price anchoring and scarcity are two psychological forces that are likely to tempt you in this situation. Priming the mind. When it comes to reciprocity, the capacity to condition the mind is particularly potent. Cialdini had intended to use a semester at a different university to do research and write persuasion. Right before he left, the school's dean gave Cialdini a call to let him know that he had given him a nice office, a new computer, and other useful tools. The master of persuasion expressed his sincere gratitude to the dean. The dean then asked Cialdini whether he would be willing to fill in for one of his graduate business classes because a colleague was unwell. After the request was granted, Cialdini realized he had been fooled by the very same ideas he had been advising others to apply. He says that he asked him just after I expressed my gratitude for what he had done for me, and I ultimately decided to accept his offer to teach this course. I believe I would have been able to summon the strength to say, "Oh, I have a book that I need to write," if he had phoned me the following day. I honestly can't do it. However, not at that time. I had to admit yes at that precise instant before he delivered his message. Persuasion is essential for business executives who want to master persuasion. Some may argue, "Yeah, but many of the ideas will be too obvious to work," but they may remember going to the shop for milk or bread and leaving with a basket full of other products. Influencers employ prejudices and social conventions to affect us because the conscious mind has so little time to process what is happening. People are suggestible. Persuasion, according to Robert Cialdini, is making consumers, clients, and co-workers sympathetic to our message before they hear it. What do you think about our video? Please let us know in the comments area below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to hear from me again, please subscribe and turn on the notification before leaving. Thank you for watching us.